Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Genie. This reading is for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's a timeless reading. If you were guided here, you were meant to hear this message at this point in time. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for your support. As I said, I'm Mr. Genie. I'm from the USA, but currently live on a beautiful little island in the Caribbean. I'm interested to know where you're listening from, so drop it in the comments. I love seeing the different places around the world that Spirit's message is reaching. It also gives us opportunity, Leo, to connect with each other. Each week I have a giveaway for my followers and or subscribers. I give away a free live reading. If you wish to enter, of course, you must be a follower and or subscriber and write in the comments, I believe in angels. I believe in angels. I'm excited to announce I have subscriptions available. Thank all of you who've already subscribed. It's exciting because, there I'm able to really clarify the messages, so you'll find extended readings. You'll also find discounts, and I'm not just a tarot reader, I'm a mystic, so I'm able to share much more on the private forum than I can here on the public forum. So I invite you all to subscribe and be part of the community. It's a wonderful community. Also, I have a new channel, Mr. Genie the Shadow. It's where we dive into the shadows where our fears and blockages lie so that we can confront them. Begin the healing process so they could be removed and you can receive all God wants you to receive in this lifetime. Check it out, Mr. Genie the Shadow. Today's message is being pulled from the Situation Oracle, and we're clarifying with my homemade powerful tarot deck. Let me know what you think of it. Thank you so much, Spirit. What do we have for Leo? What's the situation for Leo at this time? Poison. Toxic, unhealthy behaviors or unhealthy, toxic people. We just had the full moon in Capricorn, and that's what it's all about. It's, a lot of times we stay in toxic situations because it's what we're used to. There's only two fears that we're born with, the fear of falling and the fear of the unknown. And sometimes even staying in crap is less fearful than the unknown of what will happen if I leave or if I walk away. However, this Capricorn energy is not God nudging us to do what needs to be done so that we can fulfill the life that we are here to fulfill, which is a life of abundance and peace and happiness and healthy relationships. It's a shove. So if you don't take heed to the energy, then, God will cause his tough love energy, which is called in the tarot the Tower. So let's see what the tarot has to say about this toxic, unhealthy behaviors of people. The Knight of Wands, yeah. So I remind you, there's no gender in tarot, but this is the Knight of Wands, the Knight who is very charming, all kinds of chemistry, all kinds of good feelings, good times, but then there's usually complications because the Knight of Wands energy has a fear of commitment, a fear of feeling emotions. Oh, they know how to talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. They come and go. They tell you what you want to hear. They breadcrumb you. As soon as they know you're pulling your energy away, they give you a little more just to keep you hanging on. And it becomes very toxic because, at first we'll sweep things under the rug. And then, after a while we start to say, hey, what's going on here? Sometimes they will go to the, all the time they'll talk futuristic things so that you think it's long term. But some of the time they actually commit and say that they will be in the committed situation or relationship. But then, behind your back, they're keeping up to their, their Knight of Wands ways, and it does cause a lot of toxicity. And now we have Temperance, who could be dealing with the Sagittarius. And Temperance is all about, healing. Like I said, with my new channel, Mr. Genie the Shadow, it's about confronting the fears and the blockages so that you could begin the healing process that it's blocking from you from receiving all that God wants you to receive in this lifetime. And that's what this is about. It's about beginning the healing process from whatever this Knight of Wands has put you through. And now we have the Four of Wands. And you can see in this deck, usually there's a man and a woman and children and sometimes even a dog. It's standing there by herself. And again, there's no gender in tarot. This is just energies. But, you know, the feminine energy in a relationship is more passive and the masculine energy is more aggressive. And, you know, you end up, you know, thinking that you're going to make it to this finish line because you're not asserting yourself to say, hey, what's going on here? And I'm not going to tolerate this any longer, and setting boundaries. And then you end up there on your own by yourself because the Knight of Wands is non-committal and has very, very deep emotional problems when it comes to love. As soon as they feel any kind of emotions, they run from it. They're scared of it. They're scared to feel that beautiful feeling. 10 of Swords, and you see there's 10 there. That's not to say there's 10. It could be more. There's a lot of things going on here before you're saying it's dead, done, over with. These are all red flags that got swept under the carpeting, or that you said, okay, when they said, you know, it's not going to happen again, and then it happens again, and then you end up, you know, laying there with 10 swords in your back and feeling the victim. But that's what happens in toxic relationships. And in the meantime, they destroy your self-esteem. 4 of Swords, and you see the 3 swords is hanging on the wall here. But here's one sword, the sword of the truth. It's about not even talking about it anymore. You know, when the sword is up, it's about speaking. Those 3 swords are hung up on the wall. This is the sword of the truth here. And it's also about speaking. You said enough. Now it's time to, you know, set your boundaries and keep with them. You know, I always give the example. It's like telling a child, if you don't do your homework, you can't watch TV, and then 5 minutes later they're turning the TV set on. It's because they know you don't mean what you say and say what you mean. So you have to mean what you say and say what you mean. You know, and Knight of Wands, not to say that this can't be turned around here, because it does happen, especially if you use spell work, you know, because it's a fear, it's a spirit that blocks whoever this is from wanting to go into a commitment. But it's about now, it's take a break from any kind of energy that you're putting into it and begin the healing process on your own. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. Judgment. You know, this here is Archangel Michael blowing the trumpet and the dead are rising from the coffins. But it also could mean, you know, that you're going to resurrect something here. That a Knight of Wands now all of a sudden does want to commit because they realize that they're losing you. And they want to make things right again. And that does happen, especially if you use spell work. However, this could also mean you know, because after your self-esteem is destroyed and you lose your self-value and you lose your self-worth, you know, it's time for you to come back from this state, because toxicity makes you, drains all your energy, so like you're like the Walking Dead, you know? So it's time to revive you again and heal and move again. And King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck here, and that means, you know, the Knight of Wands is the King of Wands here, and whoever this is, they've got their, you know, this is something that's just not gonna change overnight, is what Spirit is saying, unless of course you do use spell work. But most people will just choose to just, you know, let it ride and either stay in the toxicity or, you know, wait until you're completely destroyed, where you don't feel you're even valuable or have any worth because your self-esteem is so destroyed. Yeah, look at that. The Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, which in the traditional sense is the mother, the wife, the feminine energy in a committed relationship. This person is just not interested in it. It's going to take a whole lot to turn this around. Some heavy duty spell work or miracle. Any other advice for Leo Spirit? It's time for the wheel to turn. Yeah, it's time to move forward. Don't look back. Learn the lesson. Set your boundaries. Don't stand still waiting here for something to change unless you're willing to take action and do spell work. But if not, just move forward. The wheel must turn. You have to know your value, know your worth. Learn the lesson, and the lesson is know your value, know your worth, set your boundaries, stick to them, and keep on trucking because God has beautiful things waiting on you, and that's for sure. Look at that, at the bottom of the deck, taking that leap of faith, just trusting in God. And look, he only holds a little satchel. He doesn't take no baggage with him. In this little bag here is lesson learned. Move on, trust in God, and keep moving forward. You have a new beginning waiting on you. Powerful message. If this resonates, like, share, comment, follow. If you're already following, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please do. It's absolutely free. It's a click of a button, and it helps with the algorithm to get Spirit's message out to other Leos. I do my part. I ask that you help out, and please do yours. It's really appreciated. If you're looking for a personal reading, any life coaching or spell work, my information's in the description. It's also right here. If you don't know what spell work is, feel free to ask questions. I don't mind. Like I said, it's really powerful and it's real. It's about changing an outcome instead of just sitting back and accepting one. My spirit team and I have had great success, even in the most complicated situations. We specialize in reuniting loved ones, all matters of the heart, but that also includes bringing in new love. We also do financial spells, cord cutting if that's necessary, which it might be here, or spell removal if need be. If you're looking for life coaching, please also reach out through the email. It's in the description and right here. I do not solicit to anyone. You have to message me. My spirit team and I have been helping people for decades get through very difficult decisions and difficult times. We want to believe, Leo, that we're humans with a spirit, so it's only natural to want to deal with things in the 3D realm, the physical and mental, and oftentimes don't get anywhere, sometimes even make matters worse. My spirit team and I know for a fact that we're actually spiritual beings with a human body. We deal with things in the spiritual realm. There you find your answers. There you get results, and we help you to do that. If you're interested or have questions, reach out. I don't mind. If you're looking for a personal reading, I have personal readings open right now. I have readings to suit everyone's needs and everyone's budget. And when you're a subscriber, there's discounts on all of the services that my wonderful spirit team and I provide. I invite you all to be part of the Mystic Genie community. Don't forget and check out Mystic Genie The Shadow. And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for your support and subscribing. God bless you. Till next time, Leo. Ciao.